Branch it goes. Lebanon Valley looks to get rid of it, and they will. And Diver gets it out of there. Here comes the Dutchman now. Big offensive play. Here comes Davies again. He gets put up against the board by the Golden Wolves. And Benchik can't get rid of that one. It goes all the way down to the corner. Alvernia playing some solid defense. Very aggressive and a lot of action so far from the Golden Wolves. Big hits both ways. And Alvernia looks to set up on the forecheck. Get into the neutral zone. It goes around past their bench with Lebanon Valley playing strong in the neutral zone. And here comes the Dutchman. Here's Miller with a shot off the pad. And that one's still bouncing in front. He almost loses that one, but they'll take it back. And we have our first stoppage of play. Arnold gets it back for the Golden Wolves. And it's been a very back and forth game so far here early on. Lebanon Valley spending a lot of time in their own zone, but playing good defensively. While Alvernia, they're really bringing the boom. They're having a huge amount of hits. Big hits in the neutral zone up against the boards. Both teams playing some sound defense and sound offense as well. As we wait for the Alvernia zone puck drop, it's Hoover skating in for the Dutchman. And it's Embriano for the Golden Wolves. 16-12 left to go here in the first period of 2025 hockey. In depth, steer with the puck. Lebanon Valley wins that Alvernia zone face-off. Got to bust the rust off here myself. And here's an opportunity now for Lebanon Valley, but that one goes off to the far side. And in the corner, Heckman regroups for the Golden Wolves, but they'll fight up against the boards for it again. Alvernia trying to get it out of their own zone. The most consistent time so far spent in the Alvernia zone. And here they come away with it. Now here comes Embriano with the puck. Right in front, there's an opportunity. Shot, it's in front, but it's taken away by the defense. Good rebound from Lebanon Valley. Speaking of Lebanon Valley, here they come. It's going to get dumped down by Hoover into the corner. And look to recoup. It's Alvernia. And it looks like they'll get it back. And up into the neutral zone it goes. Lebanon Valley waiting for that one. But there's two Golden Wolves, and here they come. And shot down the middle, and it's saved. Oh, but it's still out. And Alvernia scores. You can't believe that one. Branch loses the puck. Alvernia's there for the rebound, and the Golden Wolves go up 1-0 here early. Goal coming the way of Mueller. And what a goal it was. Great offensive rebound. Way to pay attention to where the puck was, and I get it in the back of the net. And Alvernia scores the first goal here at the Deborah Stanley Hitz Arena in the year 2025. The Golden Wolves go up 1-0 here early. And center ice faced off. Alvernia takes the lead with 15-18 left to go, and someone jumped a little early there, so we're going to get a quick reset here in the neutral zone. So the Golden Wolves come out early and they score first, which is one of my keys to the game, actually. So Alvernia, they'll get the first goal, and a team that they could not beat so far with Lebanon Valley. They got to score again here. And Alvernia wins the face-off. It's Pear with the puck. And that one goes under the stick of Arnold, and all the way down it'll go, and we'll get an icing. So again, to reset in neutral zone, 15:09 left to go here in the first. 5 shots for the Golden Wolves, 2 shots for the Dutchman. And we're going to take this one down to Alvernia zone for a face-off. And again, we mentioned these two MAC teams have met up twice this season, and Lebanon Valley's had the better of them. Alvernia unable to score in one of these games. Well, they've changed that already here in the depth. They're up 1-0 here early. And Alvernia wins the face-off, but that one goes right onto the stick of Stern, who barely saves that one. Down low, Alvernia fights, but Pear will come up with it. And off the board, it's going to go all the way through the neutral zone and all the way down towards Branch. But chasing, there's going to be no icing, and the Golden Wolves recover this one. In their offensive zone, passing around. In the corner, they're going to battle for it with Mueller, who's already scored a goal here early. Arnold with the puck now for the Golden Wolves. And into the neutral zone, they'll be forced to reset with Barrett. Barrett dumps it down towards Branch. Branch will come on a net to slow things down. Lebanon Valley sets up the move offensively, goes behind Davis and all the way down towards Stern, and we'll get an icing call and a reset with a face-off in the Lebanon Valley zone. 14:23 left to go here in the first. Now, both of these teams, obviously this game means a lot to them. You have the 2 conference matchup, and the winner of this gets to go to the championship game tomorrow, which both games, if we haven't mentioned already, will be streamed right here on WTOP10. Whether you're from Lebanon Valley, you're from Alvernia, you're from Newman, or heck, you're from Oswego, you know where to watch the game. It's right here on WTOP10. And Alvernia looks like they'll win the face-off in their offensive end. And it's Robertson who picks up the puck. And that one goes in the neutral zone. The rest won't call it anyway, and Lebanon Valley gets it back. And fighting for it's Robertson. He'll get it back in the offensive zone. Here's a shot, and it's saved. Good save there by Branch. Branch seeing quite a few shots here early. Good opportunities early on here from the Golden Wolves. They're going to chirp down low, of course, between two conference teams. What do you expect? And early on, it's been all Alvernia. We said earlier they spent a lot of time in their offensive zone. Lebanon Valley struggling to get the puck down into the Alvernia zone. Not much going on for the Dutchmen. But this is a team that can pick it up later on. Great team so far this year. We'll see what they do. And obviously, Newman College, a very strong team as well. 3 strong MAC conference teams are coming into the Deb. Oswego trying to answer some questions after some interesting games, some would say, early on in the season. On the back end, Alvernia gets the puck back, and they're going to pass this one up to Barrett. Barrett takes a shot, but there's a defender in the way. That one's blocked. And Miller's going to dump this one all the way down to the Alvernia zone. They'll call for an icing, and they will get it. And again, we'll get yet another stoppage of play. 13:49 left here to go. And as TOP kicks back up, it is a new year for us here at SUNY Oswego. Some changeover with some graduating students in the winter. And obviously, some of the same old, and you probably heard me more than you'd like to, but hey, I'm here again. So another semester here at WTOP 10. We thank you for joining us for Hockey Night in Oswego for the Oswego State Hockey Classic. And Miller and Lebanon Valley take the puck. They're going to dump this one down low, and Stern will move to block that one. And big hit again up the boards. Alvernia comes away with it. They're going to get out of their own zone into the neutral zone. And we're going to get yet another stoppage of play. Not quite sure off the rip what it's for, but we're going to guess offsides. I don't know. We're guessing today. I'm here by myself. I'm talking to nobody. This has been a great time. And 13:34 left to go again in the first period. 6 shots for the Golden Wolves, only 1 for the Dutchmen. And the Dutchmen will get a line change. Hoover, King, and Helmer come on the ice now for the Dutchmen. Alvernia get a change of their own with a few new players on there. And one player whose name I really like is now on the ice. It's Natty Shack. I love that name. What a great – I'm rooting for this kid. I hope he scores a goal so I can yell Natty Shack. But with that being said, Lebanon Valley will win the faceoff. And Natty Shack will get the puck for the Golden Wolves. He's going to pass this one back. And Alvernia, that one goes a little too far. Noel won't be able to get that one. It goes under his stick. And we'll get another icing. And yet another stoppage of play. Now, both these teams fighting for conference supremacy as we're getting towards the midpoint of the season. We have the rest of January and about the rest of February for some D3 hockey play. Early into March, late February, conference championships. And inevitably, the NCAA tournament will kick up sooner rather than later. But Alvernia will win the face-off. They'll get it back with Pear. And they'll lose an edge, and Lebanon Valley will get it back. But there's Natty Shack who gets it back. Here comes Egan. Egan loses it in the corner. He'll fight for it again with Blackwood. And up against the boards it goes center ice, but Lebanon Valley will take it back. Here comes King now for the Dutchman, but that was taken away again by Natty Shack. And around it goes. It's passed in front of the net. Nobody's home. Blackwood gets it back for the Dutchman over to Steer. Steer takes a rip. Someone's home, but it won't go. King gets it back. By the net, King goes, looks at the reset offensively. Scrum in front of the net. And down is a Golden Wolf and a Dutchman. They both get up. And all the way down the ice it goes. And Blackwood's going to chase for the Dutchman with Stern. And Arnold looks to come play some defense for the Golden Wolves. He'll take a hit up against the board. And they'll set it up again. Back on the forecheck go the Dutchman. And Steer gets rid of that one down to the corner. And there's a shot from Lebanon Valley. That one won't go either. Up on the near side, Bright fights for it, but he'll lose it. Alvernia looks to take it back. Arnold chases for the Golden Wolves. Gutierrez is there for the Dutchman. Far side board battle. Gutierrez takes a shot. That won't go. And Alvernia gets it back. Now here's a good opportunity. 3-on-1. Here's a pass in front. Sets him up. Shoots. He scores! Great opportunity. And Embriano will take one in the back of the net. Alvernia takes the 2-0 lead with 11:55 left to go. And the team that couldn't even score the last time they played Lebanon Valley, they come up 2-0 here early in the first. Not even at the halfway point, and the Golden Wolves are scoring. But if you guys can get a camera on this one, Alvernia is sending a player to the sin bin. Oh, what a great name this kid's got, too. It's Kenny. Kenny going to the sin bin for the Golden Wolves. So a penalty on the goal. So Lebanon Valley will get a power play to redeem themselves on the goal. Still 2-0 it appears for the Golden Wolves, but a penalty committed on the goal. So a 2-minute power play coming for Lebanon Valley. And 2 minutes of a penalty kill coming for the Golden Wolves. But nevertheless, Alvernia goes up 2-0 on the Dutchman. And now we have some 5-on-4 hockey. Lebanon Valley with the advantage. The Dutchmen look to get back a goal here with 11:47 left to go in the first. And on the forecheck they go. Here comes Dustin now. Pass over to Hoover. Up against the board. Steer looks to get it back. Steer passes across ice. He won't get a stick on that. It'll go wide. And Benchik fights for it now. He won't get it back. Pass in front. Nobody's home. Alvernia on the penalty kill. Gets it across the blue line. That'll force Lebanon Valley to reset. Looking to get a short-handed goal. Pass in front. Nobody's home for the Golden Wolves. And in the corner, they'll fight for it. Good penalty kill so far for the Golden Wolves. And Lebanon Valley gets it back. Pass up. And Hoover can't control that one, but it goes back to yet another Dutchman. In front, it's Steer. Steer pass up to Hoover. Hoover's going to pass this one over to Dustin. Dustin takes a pass. There's a shot in front. Oh, and nobody's there for that one. Good opportunity early on for the Dutchman. And Gutierrez will chase for Lebanon Valley. And Kenny in the box is smacking his stick on the door. Telling, let's get it going, boys, with 50 seconds left here in the power play. And Lebanon Valley's moving it up the ice through the neutral zone, up to Miller. Under his stick, it won't go. Andrews gets it back. Andrews chases all the way down low. He's getting it around the boards. Looking for an open man. 37 seconds remain here in the power play. Here's a pass up to Blackwood. Blackwood's going to pass this one over again. Here's a shot from Gutierrez in front. No one's there. That one's blocked. And Blackwood will watch this one go by him as they'll chase it all the way down. Alvernia is still on the penalty kill with 20 seconds remaining on the Lebanon Valley power play. Coming the way of a goal and a penalty against the Golden Wolves. Andrews going to pass cross ice to Gutierrez. And Gutierrez takes a shot. It's in front and it eventually gets frozen by Stern. Another good opportunity for Lebanon Valley. So Alvernia goes up 2-0. 9 seconds remain in the power play for the Dutchman. Now the Dutchman, 9 seconds, not a lot, but anything can happen in hockey. Hoping to get a goal back and make this a 2-1 game, but Alvernia hopes to keep their lead and kill off a power play, taking all of the momentum. Again, something Lebanon Valley was one of their keys to the game is to get the momentum and keep it, to have it. Right now it's not looking like it, as Alvernia will win the face-off. And they're just going to get rid of this thing, dump it all the way down to Branch, who was calling for it. And the penalty will expire. Alvernia will call up the penalty, and Lebanon Valley will not convert the power play. Now here comes the Golden Wolves. Pass in front, shot goes wide. No good from Dodd. And that one's going to skip all the way down to the Alvernia zone. They're going to get this one back. And there's a trip in front. They'll both lose an edge in the corner. They're going to fight for it. Up against the boards, it's Davis. And he'll also lose an edge. Slippery ice down there, apparently, as Alvernia gets this one back with Egan. And Egan dumps it through the neutral zone all the way down towards Branch and Lebanon Valley. Branch calls for the icing, and he will get it. So 9:18 left to go now in the first. And Oswego State doing their 50-50 raffle tickets here in the arena. Not a huge crowd, but most of the people not going to travel in the snow. It's been very snowy up here recently. It was a nice warm New Year's Day, New Year's Eve up here in the, central New York, I guess. Central New York wasn't too bad. Now it's snowing. It's definitely snowing up here. No surprise for January. As Lebanon Valley wins that face-off, Steer takes a shot in front. Nobody's home for that one. And Lebanon Valley takes a swing and a hack and a miss. And the Golden Wolves get it back. Here comes Lopes. And Lopes is just going to dump this one down to the corner. Blackwood will get it back now for Lebanon Valley. Pass up to King. King will take it down himself to the neutral zone. He's going to dump this one behind the two defenders. But Barrett's going to chase for the Golden Wolves. And Barrett's going to pass this one over. Here comes the Golden Wolves. And that's going to get dumped down to the far end. Lebanon Valley calls for the icing, and they will get it. So now 8:45 remains here in the first. Still 2-0 to the Golden Wolves. A bit of a surprise early on if you watch these two teams in the MAC Conference. You know Lebanon Valley has been the superior team. Lebanon Valley, again, winning the overtime game and also winning 4-0 against Alvernia. While Alvernia now, they look like a recharged team. Maybe that New Year's Day was what they needed. Got recharged, rebooted for the new year, and they look like a different team early on, taking the 2-0 early advantage as we wait for the Alvernia zone face-off. 8:45 left in the first. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego, the Oswego State Hockey Classic, right here on WTOP 10. And Andrews takes a hack at that one for Lebanon Valley, but it won't go. And Alvernia gets it into the neutral zone with Robertson. And back to Barrett it goes. Barrett will take it behind the neck, being chased by Freer. And across neutral ice it goes to Egan. And Egan's going to dump this one away, and they're going to get a quick line change and a reset for the Golden Wolves. And down low, Alvernia gets it back, but it's taken away again by Bright and the Dutchman. Here comes Andrews now with the puck. 2-on-2 opportunity pass, and it's behind him. And that one's broken up by the defense. Good poke there from the Golden Wolves. And Alvernia moves it down now with Mueller. Mueller takes a pass, and he's hit up against the boards by Gutierrez. And Gutierrez has been a good player so far early on from Lebanon Valley. And speaking of Gutierrez, he's going to get the puck back into the neutral zone for the Dutchman. He'll take a swing, and it goes north of the goal. No good for Stern, and Stern will get another save on the tally. And now Davies has it, passing this one up to Senio. And Senio will pass this one up to Robertson, and this one goes all the way down to the corner. And taken back by Jackson. And down low, they're going to pass this one up again. No one really able to get a stick on the puck for Lebanon Valley. A lot of errant passes and sloppy play early on, but something his team is better at in the later halves of the games. I think they'll be able to recoup just fine come the second and third period, and Alvernia is going to get their foot on the gas if they want to win this game. But here comes Dude, and he'll shoot, and it's out in front, and nobody's home. Goalie gets hit. And nobody's home for that one. And Alvernia, they'll lose an edge, and not much going to happen off that one for Heckman. And back over to Ochitois, who's going to pass this one down, and it's going to get blocked in the neutral zone again. But Alvernia gets it back with Kenny. Kenny's going to take it behind the net. And Kenny and Blackwood in a scrum in the corner to try and get the puck. Kenny gets pushed up against the boards, and they're going to fight for it, but it'll come around the back end. 6:43 left to go here in the first period of hockey. And it goes all the way under the stick of Heckman. He'll chase it for the Golden Wolves. Up on the far side, Lebanon Valley takes a shot and one more of a pass. Nobody's really home there. Alvernia gets it back. And the Golden Wolves and Heckman look to set up and get down the ice, try to get another goal before the end of the first period. Here comes the Golden Wolves with a shot in front, and it's blocked from Natty Shack. Alvernia sets up on offense, 2 defenders to 1 offensive player. And it's up in the corner. Lebanon Valley breaks up the pass. Natty Shack passes it up, but it goes into the neutral zone for Pear. Pear and Alvernia forced to reset. And that one's going to get dumped down low by Knoll. Alvernia's going to get a line change. 5:55 left to go here in the first. And big scrums again up in the corner. A lot of corner battles here in the first period. And now here comes the Dutchman. This Miller's going to dump this one down to the far side corner. 5:42 left to go. And they're going to keep it on side with Lebanon Valley, but nobody's home, so Lopes will take it now for the Golden Wolves. And Lopes and the Golden Wolves look to set up offensively. 5:30 left to go here in the first. And that pass is going to go up and over to Pear. Pear takes it to the neutral zone, across the second blue line. Pear looks to it himself, looks for a pass, nobody's there. He'll slow things down for Alvernia. He'll pass up. Opportunity, looks for a lane, he'll take it, and it's going to get bounced by the defense, no good from Robertson. Down low is Dodd fighting for the puck, and it's going to get taken away by the Dutchman. And Helmer gets rid of it. Back into the Alvernia zone, taken away again by White. And he's going to lose an edge, almost gets hit. Ducks out of their danger. Here comes Lebanon Valley with a shot. It's blocked, no good. Good opportunity there for Hoover. And Alvernia will retain it in their own corner. Here come the Golden Wolves. Through the neutral zone goes White. White looks for a lane, he'll pass it backwards. Here's a shot in front, and that one's saved. And a good shot there by Dodd, but that one won't get home for Alvernia. Alvernia keeping the offensive pressure up high, up 2-0. They just have all momentum. They're going to continue to keep it if Alvernia wants to win this game. Is the offensive pressure staying in the Lebanon Valley zone has worked very well for them. Obviously, if you're in your offensive zone, you got a better chance of scoring. So they're going to continue to keep that pressure up with 4:38 left to go here in the first. Only 1 of 3 periods played, but it's been all Golden Wolves so far. Lebanon Valley looks to be on their heels a lot, not really getting it going on the offensive end. And defensively, they're getting a lot of open lanes. They're allowing too many passing lanes, but they are doing a good job at shutting down the shooting lanes for the Golden Wolves. And speaking of, Lebanon Valley will win the face-off in their own zone. And this one goes down back to the corner past Andrews, and Alvernia will take it back. Andrews looks to get it back for Lebanon Valley. Up against the portal fight with 2 defenders with Senio as well. He'll poke it out. Here's Alvernia with a shot opportunity. They won't take it out. Lane is blocked. Talk about the shooting lanes. There's another blocked shooting lane. And Andrews takes it down into the offensive zone. And he's going to dump that one up north. Goes a little north of the goal. It won't go. And Stern just kind of watches that one go overhead. And Heckman has it. He's going to pass this one up to Senio. And Senio passing it off the board to Davies. Davies pass cross ice. And into the corner they'll go. Jackson fighting for Lebanon Valley. And Jackson lost an edge, but Alvernia sets up offensively, takes a shot. That's blocked by the defense. Won't even get over to the goaltender. And it gets into the neutral zone. Lebanon Valley looks to get some offensive pressure moving. Here's a pass in front that's taken away by the defense. Lebanon Valley tries to recover. They won't with Mueller. And Alvernia sets up offensively with Embrio. And Embrio will take it up from behind the net himself, and he'll cross the first of two blue lines. But that was broken up by the defense. Lebanon Valley gets it back with Dustin. And they'll chase down into the corner. And Lebanon Valley gets it back in the corner. Alvernia playing tight D. And that's into the corner. Nobody's home on that pass. And in front it's set. Here's a shot, and it goes wide. No good for the Dutchman. Alvernia takes it once again. Down goes Arnold for the Golden Wolves, and he's broken up defensively, and a big hit laid by Lindbergh and the Dutchman. 2:54 left to go here in the first. And on the stick of a Golden Wolf, it's going to be taken back by Davis. Off the corner it goes, no good. And a corner battle once again, but Alvernia looks to come away with this one with Kenny. Kenny takes it down the ice now for the Golden Wolves. It's breaking up by the defense. And Dustin gets it back. Lebanon Valley goes on the offensive charge with Davis. In between the legs, there's a shot, and it's saved in a good opportunity. Saved again by Stern, and you got to give credit to the goalie where it's due. He's seen 5 shots. It's been perfect so far. A couple of good opportunities for Lebanon Valley that just haven't gone their way yet. But that goes credit to Stern, playing great in the net so far, as we'll get ready for an Alvernia zone faceoff. And Alvernia will win the faceoff. And Barrett just dumps it out of there. Blackwood gets it back for the Dutchman. Blackwood's pass goes back, but it's taken away by Barrett, Lebanon Valley. Here comes Barrett and the Golden Wolves. Barrett's going to take it around the corner. Looks to go behind the net. Looks for an open pass. Hasn't found anyone. He'll just going to dump this one back to Ochitois. Ochitois takes a shot. It won't go. And that one skips off the boards into the bench. And the first souvenir of 2025 has come. Santa may have left town, but sometimes you get a free souvenir if you come watch a game here in the Deb. So 2:06 remains here in the first period. 10 shots for the Golden Wolves for Lebanon Valley's 5. Alvernia converting on 2 of those 10 shots. So Stern, 100% save percentage. We look over at Alvernia's end. Lebanon Valley's end, Branch with an 80% save percentage. Here's a shot in front. They'll improve on that save percentage. That one goes right into the chest shot from Cervizzi. But Branch was paying attention. He was ready for that one. So 2 minutes and 1 second remain here in the first. The first game of the Oswego State Hockey Classic, first of 4. Again, as we mentioned, Oswego State game pending when the championship game will be. If Oswego State takes a win later, the championship game will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. If Oswego State loses the game, championship game at 1 o'clock, both on WTOP 10. Lebanon Valley wins the faceoff, but it's going to get passed up by Alvernia under the stick of Barrett. Lebanon Valley to chase. Stern comes out of net to pass this one to his own man. Minute 50 left to go. Here comes Barrett. Barrett goes one-on-one, but a couple defenders come in and break up that opportunity. And they'll take it back. Behind the net, Alvernia looks to set up. Pass in front. Swing and a miss. Takes another shot, but it won't go. Robertson's goal won't go in the back of the net for him. For an opportunity, he'll get it back. Pass that cross ice, kept onside by Ochitois. And Lebanon Valley's Bright looks to push it away. Around the net it goes from Robertson. Pass in front, and there's just too high of a pass. Coming the way of Dodd, it just won't go for Alvernia. And broken up again by Lebanon Valley and Hoover. Up top, Alvernia takes a pass in front. Bounce off the pad of Bright, and it won't go. And King looks to set things up for Lebanon Valley. And Bright has it. He's going to pass this one across the ice. Back up to King it goes. King looks like he has a lane, but he'll pass it back to Helmer. Helmer takes a shot. It won't go. Lebanon Valley on the offensive end control. 54 seconds left to go here in the first. And Hoover not getting much action there as Alvernia looks to get it back, and they will. Alvernia through the neutral zone with 43 seconds left to go. Look to add one more tally to their 2-point lead. In the corner, Alvernia looks to get it back, and they won't. And Freer's going to pass it up to Andrews. Andrews going to pass cross ice to Steer. Steer slows it down past Andrews in front, but the defense is ready for that one. They're going to block that shooting lane right down. In the corner, Steer passes back over to Control, but it won't go. Here's an opportunity. Front shot, and it's blocked, and it won't go. Good opportunity there for Crotel, but it won't go. Back in front, pass to Blackwood. Takes a slapper, and it goes left. No good. 10 seconds remain in the first. In the corner, it's Freer. Freer looks to pass around. Looks for the open pass with 2 seconds left, and not enough time on the clock for them there. Lebanon Valley finally gets it going offensively. Won't work out for the Dutchmen. So we are through the first period of hockey here in the Oswego State Hockey Classic. In the first of 2 preliminary games, Lebanon Valley is down 2-0 to the Alvernia Golden Wolves. Alvernia, 13 shots on net, 2 of them getting by. Lebanon Valley only 5 shots and none of them getting in, and it's been a bit of a change from these previous 2 games you've seen in the MAC Conference. 3-2, Lebanon Valley wins it in overtime. 4-0, Lebanon Valley wins it in regular time. Not much Alvernia goal in net. They've already tied their high for games or goals in a game against Lebanon Valley. And the first period has been concluded. So 2-0 Alvernia looks to maintain their lead, but we're going to go into an intermission. Before we get there, Lebanon Valley looks to turn things around coming into the second period. Have to obviously score. Need more time in their offensive zone. Not much pressure for the Dutchmen, while Alvernia, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. Keep the foot on the gas. Stay in Lebanon Valley zone, and it looks like they might be securing a ticket into the Oswego State Hockey Classic game. That's all we've got time for here in the first period. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego, the Oswego State Hockey Classic, right here on WTOP 10. We'll be right back after the intermission.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Candlelight Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm going to drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely going to call right home.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're going at like 11:30. It's like
No,
let me know.
it's 10:30. Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey man. Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%.
Wow. Get closer to that one.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio.
Welcome back to Making Sense.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire? Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP. Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kindly Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call right home.
And welcome back up to the Steve Levy press box here at the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as we're getting ready for second period puck drop. And for those at home, we apologize for any audio issues you may be hearing on your end. It's a little bit choppy, I'm sure. We're working on it in our back room to get that fixed so you guys have a nice smooth call and smooth sailing for the rest of the ride here today. But as we get away, the puck has dropped, and Alvernia and Lebanon Valley are back at it for some second period action. One team trying to punch their ticket to the championship game. One team, well, they're going to go to the consolation game whether they like it or not, but they hope they won't. So in the corner, it's Lebanon Valley. Gets it back and a shot off the back of the net. Got to get into the front, not the back, but that won't go. In the corner, Lebanon Valley gets it back, but it'll go up in the air and back onto the stick of a Dutchman. And Lebanon Valley pushes this one up. Around they go, looking for an open slot. They'll take an opportunity, but that won't go. And Embryo gets it back to Lebanon Valley. And that one shot up by Arnold way up in the sky, and it hits the corner. Stays off the net, and he's going to take a big hit in the corner. And Arnold lays the wood on a Lebanon Valley Dutchman, and they are down in the corner. So we're going to get a quick break in action there. A big hit from Alvernia, as we mentioned earlier. MAC conference, a lot of tensions rising, a lot of conference, there's a lot on the line. It's not for conference record, but it's a little bit of a rivalry. So for the second time today, Kenny, great name by the way, heads to the sin bin as he will enforce now a 2-minute power play for the Dutchman. So Lebanon Valley needs an opportunity or something to get them going here early, and they have an opportunity. And Diver gets back up for Lebanon Valley, a little shaken up, but he looks to be all right. As you always hope, everybody's okay in the ice. It's a competitive game, but at the end of the day, it is just a game. So Alvernia, it's Kenny, will commit the penalty. Could be a boarding call. So 2-minute power play for Lebanon Valley. They try to get back in this game. It's the best opportunity they've seen yet as that faceoff goes wide and into Lebanon Valley zone. Alvernia once again goes on the penalty kill, and Lebanon Valley goes on the power play. 5-on-4 hockey as Dustin passes from back. That's broken up in the near end by Natty Shack. And they're going to dive for that one. It's Steer. And it goes up in the air. And it's controlled again by the assistant captain, Croto. And down the ice it goes with Steer. Steer's going to pass this one up. Back past Croto. Croto swings and misses that one. Alvernia gets it back. Here comes Natty Shack. Natty Shack with an opportunity. Natty Shack swings and won't go. It goes wide. And Lebanon Valley gets it back. Through the neutral zone they go. Back on the power play with only 1:15 left to go on the penalty. And Natty Shack gets it back for Alvernia. Short-handed, he tries to take a shot. That goes wide of the netminder. Back in front, Natty Shack takes it again. And they'll freeze it. And Branch lost it for a good second there. But Lebanon Valley eventually freezes the puck. So 1:05 remains in the power play. Alvernia up 2-0. And a good save there by Branch. Again, lose it for a quick second, but he'll rebound and get it back. Lost it between his legs, and they gave Natty Shack a good opportunity for the Golden Wolves. But it won't go for them. So short-handed in the Lebanon Valley zone, Alvernia looks to take a face-off away. Embryo loses the face-off. Lebanon Valley gets it back. 1 minute remains in the power play for Lebanon Valley as here comes Gutierrez, and he passes that one wide. It won't go anywhere. And it goes under the stick of Gutierrez, and it goes back over to Branch. And Branch slows it down for Lebanon Valley. Need to get the gas pedal going here for Lebanon Valley with only 42 remaining in the power play. The 5-on-4 advantage has been a lot of time again spent in that Lebanon Valley zone. Alvernia in control. Well, here comes Blackwood across neutral ice. He's going to pass this one far ice to Andrews. Andrews takes a rip at it, and it won't go. And down in the corner, Miller tries to get it back for Lebanon Valley. He will. Near sideboard battle. Goes up towards Blackwood. Alvernia gets it out of there. 17 seconds remain in the power play. And Alvernia having a great penalty kill. Both of the penalties they faced today, they've killed very well. Great defensively, great on the back check. It's been Alvernia's game so far. And here's an opportunity for Lebanon Valley. He'll take a swing and a score. He finds the back of the net. And Contier puts Lebanon Valley on the board. They'll finally convert on the power play with only 2 seconds left in it. Lebanon Valley strikes, and it's a 2-1 game with 17:21 to go in the second period, and they finally get the better of Stern, who's been excellent in net all night long. Lebanon Valley was inevitably going to break the ice at some point, and they will. So there goes the shutout for Stern, but Lebanon Valley has finally clawed their way back into this one. So Alvernia leads 2-1. I spoke a little bit too soon, a little commentator's curse on Alvernia having a great job on the penalty kill. They let one get by, left an open man, didn't get it good on the back check, and, well, That's hockey. Lebanon Valley scores. So the Dutchmen bring this to a one-goal game. 17:21 to play here in the second period. And Lebanon Valley now gets the momentum on their side as they'll win that face-off. Stern comes out of net, tries to pass it, but he'll lose it under his stick. Lebanon Valley looks to get it back in their own zone. Stern takes a swing and it won't go. Lebanon Valley trying to get it back in the Alvernia zone, trying to take this to a tie game at 2-2. 17 minutes remain. Lebanon Valley has the opportunity with Lindbergh. Lindbergh takes a shot, it's blocked. Here comes Alvernia. Wide open opportunity. He shoots it. Saved by Branch. Great opportunity for the Golden Wolves. It's squandered. And on the far side boards, they're going to battle for it. And Alvernia takes a pass up top. Takes a shot. It goes wide. And Davies gets it back for Alvernia. Keeps it on sides. There's a shot down low. Nobody's home again. Good job of crashing a net for Alvernia and giving Branch a lot to work with after just letting up a goal. Alvernia trying to put the pressure back on. Behind the net, there's a pass. Takes a pass in front. He'll swing and miss, and he'll get hit. And down he goes in front of the net. Barrett and Alvernia reset offensively. They're in the neutral zone. They're going to get back to their own zone, and they'll get ready to set on the offensive end. Back to Barrett behind the net. Barrett looks to set things up. He's going to pass this one over to Ochitois. Ochitois takes it up. He'll lose an edge, and into the neutral zone it goes. Alvernia takes it back with Cervizzi. Cervizzi takes a swing at it. It won't go. And back over to Dodd, who won't get much on that one either. In the corner, they'll get it back. It's Dodd. Pass up to Barrett. Barrett takes a swing, and it won't go. And on the far side corner, it'll go behind the net. And around it goes all the way over to Helmer. And Helmer gets it out of there. And Barrett gets it back for Alvernia. And Barrett will lose it into the corner. And Gutierrez gets it back for Lebanon Valley. And there's a hit up against the boards. Down it goes again to Barrett. Alvernia sets up offensively. And back to center ice for Barrett. Behind the net, he waits. Line changes go. Offensive play gets set. 14:57 left to go. With the one-goal lead, they get it all the way down to the Lebanon Valley end. They will get the icing, and we will get a Alvernia zone face-off. So, a little bit of a quicker start here for Lebanon Valley. They'll take a goal. Alvernia still keeping that offensive pressure. Now, it hasn't really changed much for Alvernia in terms of their pressure, but Lebanon Valley just got one by on that power play. So, it seems to be if Alvernia can play smart, they might get themselves back that two-goal lead, but we'll see what happens. And Lopes has it for Alvernia. He's going to pass this one up all the way past Knoll. And Blackwood gets it back over to Steer for the Dutchman. And Steer passing it back over to Blackwood. They're going to play a little pitch and catch. And off the boards, pass goes up to Freer. Now Freer with an opportunity looks for a lane. He's going to pass it in front. Nobody's there but the Golden Wolves, and it's Natty Shack. Here's a swing, and a big slapper won't go. And all the way down it goes. Blackwood to chase for Lebanon Valley. Branch letting Blackwood know where it is. There's a hit up against the boards for Alvernia. And under the stick of Pear, all the way back down towards Stern. And the Alvernia zone. Alvernia looks to get it out of there. And Lopes gets it for the Golden Wolves. And Natty Shack passed that one off the glass, but it goes right onto the stick of Jackson. And Jackson passes that one down low. Nobody's home. Alvernia looks to get it back on offense. A lot of possession changes here early on in the second. Neither team really getting much offensive time and a lot of back and forth. Lebanon Valley taking advantage of their power play. And they were on their heels for most of that power play. But nevertheless, they scored. Here's an opportunity with a shot in front. And that one's saved. And a good shot from Kenny there for the Golden Wolves, but that one won't go. So Alvernia looks to keep the pressure going while, Lebanon Valley, they got to score quick here. I mean, they want to get back on the offensive end of the ice. But losing most of their opportunities, not really getting many open lanes. Alvernia doing a good job of shutting it down. So Alvernia gets a shot. A slapper won't go. That one from White. And he kind of drops his head, the assistant captain of the Golden Wolves. Had a good opportunity, but that one just doesn't get in the back of the net. So now 13:26 remain. I'll give you guys some stats. It's 19 shots for Alvernia, 7 shots Lebanon Valley, 1 behind the net for Lebanon Valley, and 2 in the back of the net for the Golden Wolves. So face off in Lebanon Valley zone, and McDonald goes a little early, but Alvernia will swap out with Kenny. So it's Kenny and McDonald to face off. Kenny wins the face off. Alvernia has in their own zone, keeps on their side of the blue line. It's Arnold. And Lebanon Valley looks to get it out of there. They get control of the puck. That pass over to Blackwood, back to Contour. And it goes past Miller onto the stick of White. And White gets let up down low. Gutierrez looks to get it back for Lebanon Valley. He won't. And Kenny gets possession back for Alvernia. Back up to Kenny. It'll go under his stick all the way down to Gutierrez. And Gutierrez passes to Bright. Bright passes it down, but it goes past the other stick and up to White. So White looks to get things going offensively for the Golden Wolves. 2-1 lead for Alvernia. And that pass goes up to Imbriano. Imbriano loses that one, and Alvernia looks to try and get it back in the corner. They will. Offensive pressure shot goes up. It's wide of the net. And that looks like it's stuck on the back of the net. They're not going to blow it dead, and it gets blown dead as soon as it comes off the net. So Sanio fights for it, but all for the less. No one gets possession. We'll just go to a face-off in Lebanon Valley zone. 12:25 remains here in the second period. Alvernia 2, Lebanon Valley 1. Again, you're watching Hockey Night in Oswego, the Oswego State Hockey Classic edition, right here on W2B10. I'm Ken Gerard, commentating your hockey for you tonight. And Alvernia wins the face-off. Lebanon Valley looks to take it right back. And Steer looks for it. Up it goes. Back up towards Barrett. And Alvernia looks to get it back. They won't. Onto the stick of Contier. And Contier looks to pass it up. But it goes back over to Steer. Steer passing this one up to Helmer. Helmer over to King. King takes a pass in front, and that one's a good opportunity, but blocked off the pad of Stern. Through neutral ice, here comes the Golden Wolves. Into the corner. They'll fight. Blackwood looks to get it out of there, but it's onto the stick of Barrett. Barrett takes a rip at it, but it won't go. And Diver chases for Lebanon Valley, but it goes back onto the stick of Barrett. Barrett's going to pass this one over to Sanio. Sanio passing down low. Looks to set it up. Won't get much on that one. And Freer looks to get it back, but it goes back to Alvernia possession. Alvernia takes a pass and a slapper, and it won't go. Blocked by the defense. Good opportunity there for Mueller. And this one will get blown dead with a save from Branch. So Branch playing some great goaltending so far. I may say so myself. Facing 20 shots, only letting 2 get by. Good night so far from Branch. A lot of thanks to him from Lebanon Valley team for keeping them out of a bigger hole. Well, Alvernia got to keep the pressure up. Lebanon Valley needs to get it out of their own zone at some point and get it down to the Alvernia zone and get things going offensively. So Lebanon zone face-off goes to the Dutchman. And there's a slapper, and that one goes wide for Robertson. Neutral ice. Alvernia just looks like they're going to get a change. Down low they go. Looks up offensively. Branch gets back in net. That pass goes wide up from Heckman. And Alvernia looks for it in the corner. And he's going to take a tumble, Cervisi. Corner battle on the near side. Someone looks to come away with it. 2-on-2 battle. Puck not really moving. Might be frozen to the ice here. Someone's coming away with it. And it's eventually Gutierrez for Lebanon Valley. But back in the corner it goes. On the boards they fight. Croteau gets rid of it. Back up to Robertson. Robertson's pass goes up to Pear, but that one's taken away by Lebanon Valley. Here comes Andrews. Pass over to Freer. Freer with an opportunity. Looks for a lane. Pass in front. Nobody's home for that pass. A good setup pass there from Freer, but unfortunately, no one gets there. Alvernia looks to get things going in the offensive end. Here's a shot down low. It goes into the corner. Croteau, not much happening there. Back over to Blackwood. On the far side boards, here comes Lebanon Valley with Benchik. Benchik had an opportunity, but that one's broken up by the Alvernia D. And center ice, it comes Alvernia. The Golden Wolves take a pass in front. Nobody's there. It's going to be blocked away by Branch. And that one's passed back to Egan. And Alvernia looks to set this one up into center ice. 9:20 remains here in the second period. And Lebanon Valley calls for the icing, and they will get it. So, 9:15 remains. So center ice looks for everything to reset. 9:15 left to go here in the second. And we'll look for a center ice face-off. $9:15 left to go. Alvernia leads 2-1. And past the net it goes. And here comes the Golden Wolves. Lebanon Valley gets it back in their own zone. Up on the boards, they'll chip for it. And Lebanon Valley comes away with it with Diver. Far side battle. Someone looks to come away with it. And there's a goal for Alvernia. They finally break the ice again. Senio finds the back of the net for the Golden Wolves. 8:33 left in the period, and Alvernia finally finds the back of the net again. It's 3-1. Alvernia now takes the lead. So, Lebanon Valley lets another one get by, and the deficit is back to 2 for them. And Alvernia will take the 3-1 lead. 22 shots for the Golden Wolves, 1 for Lebanon Valley. So center ice face-off, 8:33 left to go. And Alvernia wins that face-off. Lopes passes this one down to the far side. Stopped again by Branch. Branch gets out of net. He'll go back in net as Alvernia's offense rushes. In the corner, they'll battle for it. And Lebanon Valley will get it down in the corner in the Alvernia zone. Looks to get things moving offensively. King calls for a pass. There's a shot from Gutierrez. That won't go either. 7:54 left to go. Alvernia with an opportunity. Here's a one-on-one. He'll slow it down. Deep shot, and it's saved by Branch. Great opportunity there for Mueller, but that one just won't find the back of the net. And Alvernia is just going to reset. The zone face-off going in the Alvernia zone. 3-1, Alvernia leads. And in the sin bin, he's got another Golden Wolf. So Lebanon Valley again is going to get yet another power play. 7:44 left to go here in the second. 2-minute power play coming for Lebanon Valley. They'll win the face-off. Alvernia looks to get it back, but here comes the Dutchman. There's a pass to the far corner. Looking to set it up offensively here, Lebanon Valley. It's up to Gutierrez. Gutierrez sets up a shot, and it's blocked by the D. Here's an opportunity for Mueller. Pass in front, no good. And Blackwood gets it back, Lebanon Valley. Trying to cut the deficit to 1 again. He sets him up, but he's not there. And Miller loses an edge, and that one goes back into the stick of Alvernia. And in the corner, in the Lebanon Valley zone, they look to get it back with Gutierrez and Freer. Blackwood takes it back. 1 minute and 20 seconds remain in the power play. Blackwood looks to get it back in the Alvernia zone. 7 minutes flat on the clock. And Freer has it down low, skates around the back of the net, looks for an open lane. There's a pass in front, shot, and it's saved. Good shot for Croteau, but unfortunately for him, Stern was paying a lot of attention, doing his job, and it won't go. So, Brand sets things up offensively for Lebanon Valley. He'll come out of net. And now here comes Steer. Steer's going to pass to Croteau. Croteau just dumps that one down over towards Stern, who stops that puck. And down to the far end, 42 seconds remain in the power play for Lebanon Valley, the third of the game. Scoring on one of the two, looking to do it again, but Alvernia doesn't want that to happen with Natty Shack, but he'll lose that one, and we'll get a stoppage of play. And it's going to be a slashing penalty going against, I believe, Lebanon Valley. And it's going to be against Lebanon Valley. So there goes the power play. And into the sin bin, it's Contier. Or Hoover, my apologies. Hoover, number 22, will add to the sin bin. So now it's going to get a little bit fun here. 6:16 left to go in the second. We're going to get 32 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey until Alvernia is going to get a minute and 28 of a 5-on-4 power play. They're going to be their first of the game. With a 3-1 lead, Lebanon Valley's best shot here is to find the back of the net on the 4-on-4 to bring us in closer, and Alvernia is going to get their first stab at a power play. Well, 4-on-4, here we go for the next 27 seconds. Alvernia sets things up offensively, and that one goes over the blue line. Alvernia will be forced to reset. Ochitois has it for Alvernia. It's going to pass that one back to Barrett. 15 seconds remain on the 4-on-4. Here comes Barrett. He'll storm through neutral ice, across the second blue line, pass in front. There's a slapper, and it's in! And the Golden Wolves find the back of the net on the 4-on-4. 5:50 left to go, and Lebanon Valley is now down by 3 goals. It's 4-1 Alvernia, and what a goal it was for them. So, Alvernia finds the back of the net once again. It's Ingles who finds the back for the Red Wolves. So Ingles finds the back of the net on the 4-on-4. Kind of the opposite of what I said they needed to happen for Lebanon Valley. They find themselves in yet another hole. So, 4-1. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 5 seconds, and then Alvernia goes on the power play. So Alvernia can really dig themselves a nice deep hole and a nice lead for them, but we'll see what they do as Barrett loses that one. Here's an opportunity in front. Croto shot goes off the shoulder of Stern. And Ingles has it now for Alvernia. Across the first blue line, center ice, and it's going to get stopped at the center line, and that's going to be yet another stoppage of play. So 5:23 remain here in the second. My apologies. 22 seconds, or a minute and 7 seconds left on the power play. 5:23 left to go. So it's 4-1. Alvernia leads. They go on the power play. Look to make it a 5-1 game. Lebanon Valley, they got to kill his penalty if they want a real good shot here. Late now in the second. So Alvernia sets things up offensively in their own zone. And here come the Golden Wolves. Pass goes over to Robertson. Robertson into the corner. Looks to find a pass. He'll get it back in the corner. Robertson and Davies look for it. Davies open, calls for a pass. He'll get it. Takes a slap. And that was in front. Opportunity again for Alvernia. But Branch finally gets on it, pushing and shoving in front, and it gets chippy. Someone touched the goalie, and if anybody knows hockey well enough to know, that's a big no-no. So, an unwritten rule. But, yeah, no, gives themselves yet another good opportunity. But Branch has been, it's second or third time tonight where he's just dumped on that puck and said, nah, I'm good. I don't think you guys need to get another goal on us. So, kudos to Branch for Lebanon Valley, keeping that one out of the back of the net. Good opportunity for the Golden Wolves, but they'll win the face-off again. Down goes White, and that one's going to get dumped all the way down towards Stern, who looks to stop it. And Contour gets rid of it. So 4:40 remain here in the second. 23 seconds remain on the power play. Here comes Alvernia now. It's Robertson. Robertson pass. Here's a pass in front, and he swings, and he misses. Good opportunity there for Robertson and the Golden Wolves. Alvernia sets up with a shot in front. Nobody's home. 2 good opportunities for Alvernia. They get it back on offense, try to keep it on their side of the blue line, but Lebanon Valley will get rid of that one. So they'll return to full strength, Lebanon Valley. King comes on the ice, and Alvernia and Lebanon Valley for the first time in a couple of minutes are now back to 5-on-5 hockey. 4:05 left to go here in the second. Here comes the Golden Wolves. Pass goes back, a losing edge. And it'll break that one up with King. Here comes King, Lebanon Valley, 2-on-2 opportunity. Here's a shot, and it's no good, and they're going to get rid of that one away from the front of the net. Lebanon Valley gets it back. Pass in front, and it just goes wide. Good opportunity and a good setup there for Lebanon Valley. So Lebanon Valley sets up in their own zones offensively. Pass over to Hoover. Hoover passes over to Helmer. He'll make a move and it won't go. So Alvernia gets it back. 3 minutes and 22 seconds remain. Alvernia gets it out of their own zone. Well, not quite yet, but they set up on offense with Pear. So Pear sits behind net. Slows things down. They get their line change. And up they go. So it's Arnold with the puck who loses that one to a defender almost, but it'll go right back to him. On the far side boards, Lebanon Valley looks to get it back, but Alvernia comes storming down. Here's a good opportunity. Pass in front is blocked. Turns around, takes a shot at it, won't go. Good opportunity there for Kenny and the Golden Wolves. That won't go either. So Barrett sets it back up offensively for the Golden Wolves. Lebanon Valley takes a look, a push on that one, but it won't go. Freer pass broken up by the Golden Wolves in their own zone. Kenny takes a tumble, and Alvernia chases down low with Imbriano. Lebanon Valley's Blackwood in the corner sets things up. 2:25 left to go. Pass comes up to Freer. Freer takes it to the neutral zone. In neutral ice, he looks to get moving. Freer off the board, just going to spin this one all the way around, but Ingles gets it back for the Golden Wolves. Far side boards, Alvernia's zone. Lebanon Valley looks to get things going, and that one's a good poke away there from Stern. And Alvernia looks to get things going offensively as they'll move across the blue line. Here's an opportunity looking for a lane. He'll take a shot at it, and it won't go. Sineo has it now for Alvernia. That one's broken up again. Pass in front, nobody's home. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go here in the second. That one's knocked down by the stick of Benchik. And Alvernia calls for the icing, but Benchik was too quick, so it will get called eventually. So, 1 minute 36 left to go here in the second period. Alvernia's up 4-1. 3-goal lead for the Golden Wolves with only 1 minute 36 left to go in the second. Only one period of hockey left after this. Lebanon Valley takes 11 shots. One gets by on the power play. And Alvernia, 26 shots, 4 get by. So they scored on the 4-on-4, as we're going to get a quick meeting here with the referees. Lebanon Valley obviously needs to get something going here. Branch has played very well for Lebanon Valley. It's not to his fault, but seems to be the defense is letting up too many zones, too many lanes, really. Too many passing lanes, too many shooting lanes, so things will get set up now in the Lebanon Valley zone. 1 minute, 36 seconds left to go. In skates both players, and Benchik gets it now for Lebanon Valley. So Bright takes it for the Dutchman. He's going to pass that one up under the stick, onto the stick of a Golden Wolf. And up against the Alvernia bench, they fight for it, but it looks to be Gutierrez who gets it back. Benchik passes back to Gutierrez, and they'll fight for it down low. Into the neutral zone it goes. Benchik's going to pass this one cross ice. Shot blocked by Barrett. 1 minute and 10 seconds remain. Down to the other side corner. Alvernia looks to get it back. They will. Here comes Robertson. Alvernia goes on the offensive end. Pass in front. Takes a swing and a miss, and there's going to be a stoppage because, well, there's not a puck in the net, but a Golden Wolf has landed in the net, and that's going to be Robertson. So, 50 seconds remain here in the second period. It's 4-1 Alvernia, and I'm getting news that we're all good in the audio department. So now you guys can hear me nice and fine, so we apologize for any confusion or any lack of enjoyment in the audio issues, but issues have been resolved. Thank you to our hardworking team in the back to get things rocking and rolling for you guys at home so you can enjoy a nice smooth sailing from here on out. But all issues aside, 50 seconds remain here in the second period. Face-off in the Lebanon Valley zone. So it's going to be Natty Shack for Alvernia and in skates Contier. And Contier will win the face-off for Lebanon Valley. That one's high up in the air, down towards Stern, who stops it. Passes that one over to Pear, but we'll get another stoppage of play. So 41 seconds now left to go. A few seconds tick off the clock there. Alvernia is in, well, I would say cruise control. They have the advantage. They just need to keep their foot on the gas, as I mentioned a few times now. Lebanon Valley, they really got to claw back. A nice goal here would be a nice momentum shift for the Dutchman. So McDonald gets it for Lebanon Valley. That's a pass in front, but but it goes back to Natty Shack. And Natty Shack's going to pass this one up to White. There's a shot. Weird backhanded shot. Didn't go. Blackwood gets it back for Lebanon Valley. 22 seconds remain. And they just can't get control of it there, Alvernia, so it stays on the possession of Lebanon Valley. That's broken up in their own zone. And now here comes Lebanon Valley. And Natty Shack tries to get it back for Alvernia. He loses it for a second. Here comes Miller with a shot up, and it goes high. That won't go, and just about all the time will tick off the clock. It will. Good opportunity in front late, but just not enough time left on the clock. So Alvernia takes the 4-1 lead. They went in up 2-0. They scored 2 more goals. Lebanon Valley gets one of their own. But Lebanon Valley now goes down a 3-goal deficit with only 1 period left to go. So Alvernia goes into this third and final period, trying to punch their ticket to the championship game and beat Lebanon Valley for the first time in their 3 matchups this season. While Lebanon Valley looks to get back to 3-0 on this team. 2-0 in their conference matchups, and this would be considered a neutral matchup. So won't count for the conference record, but nevertheless, conference matchups matter no matter what they count for. So that's going to be it here for the second period of the Oswego State Hockey Classic first game. You're watching Hockey Night Oswego right here in WTOP 10, and we'll be back right after the intermission. Stick around.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
And welcome back into the Steve Lee Press Box right here at the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena for the first game of the Oswego State Hockey Classic. And it's Hockey Night in Oswego right here in WTOP 10. We thank you again for joining us for the first hockey game of 2025. Coming up after this game, 7 o'clock puck drop is the Oswego State Lakers taking on the Newman Knights for another matchup, a team against the MAC and a team in the SUNYAC. That rhymed. But Oswego, the only team not in the MAC in this conference, in this tournament. Oswego, again, will play the late games both today and tomorrow. So with a win tonight, the championship game will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And with a loss, championship games 1 o'clock tomorrow. But back to the ice for now. Alvernia up 4-1, trying to punch their ticket to the Oswego State Hockey Classic Championship game, while Lebanon Valley tries to make a 3-goal comeback. Well, Alvernia will win the opening face-off. It goes all the way down to Lebanon Valley zone. Lebanon Valley gets it back. It goes under the stick of Andrews, who tries to chase. Alvernia looks to get it back. It's going to be Kenny. Kenny dices up. There's a shot that goes high from Arnold. Behind the net, it's Kenny and Steer fighting for it. And it'll go on to the back of the net, not in the net. So, we'll get a stoppage of play. 19:33 left to go. So for Lebanon Valley, a win here would put them in that championship game for the Oswego State Classic, but a loss gives them the first loss against Alvernia all year long. Not counting to the conference record, but it does count for bragging rights, and that's got to mean something in the MAC, I'm sure. Alvernia, just got to keep the foot on the gas. One more goal would be more than enough padding for the Golden Wolves. As they'll win that face-off, they'll take it down in Lebanon zone. Iglesias gets it back, but it goes all the way behind Mueller. Smacks the stick out of frustration. And through the neutral zone it goes behind White into the Alvernia zone. Dustin a chase for Lebanon Valley. Pass goes up to Heckman. Heckman in the corner, tries to get it out of the own zone. But Diver looks to get it back for Lebanon Valley. He will. Side of the net, nobody's home. Iglesias gets it back. Around the back of the net, it goes back over to Heckman. And Heckman sets up offensively for Alvernia. That one goes all the way through the neutral zone, off the stick of a Dutchman, onto the chest of Branch. Into the corner it goes for Lindbergh, who's going to pass this one up, back on the stick of Alvernia. Iglesias has an opportunity now to get a shot. Back into the corner, he'll fight with McDonald. There's a shot down the middle, it won't go for Alvernia. Good opportunity there. Robertson won't get much, he'll lose an edge. And Lebanon Valley will get it back. Pushed back into the zone by Lopes. Retained possession for Alvernia. And Dodd fights for it for a second, but he'll give it up to McDonald. McDonald across the second blue line, back to Contier, who takes a rip at it, but it's blocked by the defense. Bright loses that one. Gutierrez takes a rip, but that's blocked again. No shooting lanes open for Lebanon Valley. Alvernia shutting those things down. And Alvernia gets it back, and it's out of their zone into the neutral zone. Here comes Cervisi. Cervisi passes, but that one goes behind Robertson. And back onto the stick of Lebanon Valley. Here comes Contour, but that goes back into the corner zone. And we're going to get yet a stoppage of play again. Hand is up, and we'll see what the call is. We'll just get a stoppage, and we'll get a reset. Face off in the Alvernia zone, 17:41 left to go here in the third. 29 shots for Alvernia, 21 for Lebanon Valley. The Lebanon Valley, they got their face off in the Alvernia zone. A quick goal here would be much needed for the Dutchmen to try and break things open, and they will send a player to the sin bin for Alvernia. That's going to be Barrett taking a squat. So, Lebanon Valley, once again, goes on the power play, their fourth of the game. A much-needed power play if they can convert. They can only 2-goal game, but here comes Arnold trying to play spoilers shorthanded. He'll make a move, but it's broken up by Dustin. So Lebanon Valley looks to set up offensively on the power play. And that was going to go down around the corner, looking for Hoover. And Dustin takes a rip at it, but it won't go. Lane's too clogged up. So Arnold gets it shorthanded for Alvernia. He's going to pass that one up to Natty Shack. Goes under his stick. Lebanon Valley looks to get it back. And Lebanon Valley sets up. Passing it around. It's up to Dustin in the neutral zone. Minute 20 remains in the power play. Hoover loses that one. Gutierrez chasing the neutral zone. Lebanon Valley forced to reset. And Lebanon Valley resets. Hoover takes a rip, and that one's up into the netting and into the student section. And it skips all the way down the stairs to the goal judge. So, 1 minute, 7 seconds remain in the Lebanon Valley power play. Again, a much-needed power play. Almost want to say it's a must-convert power play, makes it a 2-goal game. Obviously, it's not over if they don't convert, but would start to have rumblings of Alvernia having a lot of momentum. Well, Lebanon Valley wins the face-off. Freer gets it now. Back over to Blackwood. Blackwood looks for an open pass. He's going to pass that one cross ice. Back to Blackwood. Blackwood pass down low. Sets up in front. Andrews with it now. Back over. Looking for a pass. It's Freer. Freer pass to Blackwood. Blackwood looks for a pass to Andrews. It's clogged up. Lane 2 clogged up for much to happen there. Gutierrez looks to get it back, but Blackwood will pass in front to Andrews. Andrews takes a swing at it, but the lane's blocked. And Alvernia gets rid of it. Good defensive play there from Alvernia, shutting down those shooting lanes. Leaving a few open passes, but not much even getting really near Stern. So here comes Lebanon Valley, taking it down now. It's Andrews. Andrews goes down towards the corner. 20 seconds remain in the power play. Arnold and Gutierrez have it in neutral ice, but it goes back to the Dutchman. Miller, pass over to Blackwood. Blackwood passes back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez takes it across the blue line. Pass over to Andrews, fakes it, takes a shot, and that one's saved by Stern. Nice glove save from Stern. Only 1 second remains in the power play, so it's a face-off, and then they're going to be back to full strength for Alvernia. So Lebanon Valley looks like they will not convert on the power play unless there's a quick goal. But the power play does not go the way of Lebanon Valley. So 4-1 Alvernia leads, and they'll kill off the penalty. Looks good for the Red Wolves, while the Dutchmen got to begin to claw their way back. Not quite time for the panic button as Alvernia returns to full strength. There's a big hit in the corner, but Barrett will get it back for Alvernia. That pass is broken up by Lebanon Valley, but they'll get it right back with Ochitois. Ochitois passes back in the corner. Looks for an open lane, not going to find it. Alvernia takes a pass in front with a shot, and that's blocked by the D. And that's broken up again by Alvernia. Goes back to the neutral zone. Here comes Egan. Egan pass. Can't get his stick on it. Egan will get it back behind the net. Egan will lose an edge, and it goes back to Lebanon Valley. Here comes Davis now with the puck. That one goes down low. And Stern resets things offensively. Alvernia pass to center ice. Taken away again by Lebanon Valley. Pear has it now for the Red Wolves. And into the corner it goes again for Arnold. So the Golden Wolves look to get things moving here and pat on their lead. Arnold being chased closely by Helmer. Branch gets it out of there. King misses that one. Back to center ice for Alvernia. This one goes back over to Pear. Pear bounced that one off the glass, goes over towards Hoover and Steer. Steer loses that one, taken away by Kenny. Kenny finds a lane, but it gets pushed away by Blackwood. Up, shot, blocked. No good. Arnold gets it back. Arnold looks for an open hole. He finds it. He sneaks it by the pad of Branch, and Alvernia scores. What a goal from Arnold. And Alvernia takes the commanding 5-1 lead over the Dutchmen. And you can see the wind has been taken out of the sails of Lebanon Valley, and the Golden Wolves are howling. It's 5-1 Alvernia, and it's now panic time for Lebanon Valley. I said it earlier. I don't know if it is. It definitely is now. Look at a replay of this goal here. Sneaks it just in, finds that little hole. And, man, what a goal from Arnold and the Golden Wolves. A golden goal, some might even say. So Lebanon Valley wins the faceoff and dumps it down to the Alvernia zone. Now they got to put their foot on the gas. Only 13:54 left to go. Need to score 4 goals, even bring this thing close to an overtime. So here comes Alvernia now on the offensive end. Here's a shot, goes wide, no good there from Mueller. And Senio fights for it in the corner with Croteau. And Gutierrez comes away with it. He's going to pass this one around. Andrews looks to get it back for Lebanon Valley. Off the stick it goes. Pass, shot, no good. Too high and wide for them. Here comes Ingles now. Back. Here comes Alvernia on a 3-on-1. Pass. Oh, they set him up, but it won't go. Player ends up in the net. Goalie's out of net, tries to get back. And a hectic play there. Breakdown defensively from Lebanon Valley, and Alvernia also kind of breaks down an offense. So a weird play there. Not much going for either squad. But Alvernia doesn't find the back of the net once again. So it's still a 5-1 lead for the Golden Wolves. So with 13:09 left to go, Lebanon Valley needs to mount a 4-goal comeback to give themselves an opportunity to get into the championship game, while Alvernia, they just got to hold on to their lead. 31 shots for Alvernia and 13 for Lebanon Valley. But a sound offensive performance from the Golden Wolves, while the Dutchmen have struggled to get many opportunities. So Alvernia wins the face-off. Here's a pass center ice to Ochitois, who takes a shot at it, but it doesn't go. Lebanon Valley's defense looks to break it out. Barrett keeps it onside. He'll get it back himself. And around the back end it goes. To chase is Diver. And Diver chases now for Lebanon Valley in the corner. Pass up top to Dustin. And Dustin and Davis go down low, the pair of 18 and 19 for Lebanon Valley on the Alvernia end. And the defense gets it back for Alvernia. And here comes the Golden Wolves with Cervisi. And Cervisi passes shot in front. Bounces low, nobody knew where it went. Here's an opportunity again up top to Ochitois. Pass shot, that one goes wide for Cervisi. Lebanon Valley trying to get something going here, get it out of their own zone and get something moving. It like the first period, a lot of time spent in that Lebanon Valley zone. And Alvernia, again, capitalizing on their opportunities. So Alvernia slows things down offensively, can waste as much time as they really need here. Barrett with the puck. And Barrett gets it moving. He passes all the way up to Egan. Egan loses that one to Lebanon Valley. Back into the zone it goes. Barrett will just take it back himself. Barrett gets that one in front of the goal. Alvernia, quick spin opportunity. He gets tripped up, a penalty on the way against Alvernia, and I'm going to say that's probably a tripping call. And that's exactly what it might be. So, I've said it a few times today, and we're going to say it again. Barrett heads to the sin bin on a trip, or slashing call, rather. And Lebanon Valley goes on the power play once again. So now, I think it's fair to say this is probably needed. You got to convert here if you're Lebanon Valley. You're giving another chance as Barrett chirps back to the ref. He's escorted off, and it looks like his time on the ice tonight is done. Said something the ref didn't like, and he'll be heading back to the locker room. So Barrett skates off for Alvernia. No more of him tonight. And it's going to be a 4-minute power play. So a couple of calls, and again, it's Kenny heading to the sin bin. So it's Kenny and Barrett who have made multiple trips each to the sin bin, and that's just one too many there for Barrett. So a 4-minute power play for Lebanon Valley. If they score once, they keep their power play, I believe. So this is a great opportunity for Lebanon Valley. If you're trying to mount a comeback as large and what seems to be insurmountable as it is, you got to convert here. So Croto's talking to the ref in center ice here, the assistant captain for Lebanon Valley, just trying to figure things out. So they'll go on the 5-on-4 advantage over the Golden Wolves. If Alvernia can shut down the 4-minute power play, it's about as good as done for the Golden Wolves, and they could punch their ticket to the championship game of the Oswego State Hockey Classic. But here comes face-off. Lebanon Valley wins it. 5-on-4 advantage for the next few minutes here. Freer takes a rip at it in front of the net. Andrews swings and misses. Arnold gets it back for the Golden Wolves. Arnold dumps it around the boards into the neutral zone. That'll force Lebanon Valley to reset. Gutierrez passes up to Andrew in neutral ice. Andrews passes this one across ice. Back to Blackwood. Blackwood gets that one over the blue line. Lebanon Valley once again will be forced to reset. Freer pass over to Miller. Miller over the blue line again, forcing them to reset. Here comes Alvernia. Arnold chases with the goalie. He's going to dump that out of there. Get back in net. Gutierrez passes back center ice to Miller. Cross ice pass over to Freer. Andrews has it in the corner, back to Freer. Freer pass to Gutierrez. Gutierrez looks for a lane pass up top to Blackwood. Blackwood pass into the corner. It's over to Freer. Freer loses that one. Alvernia gets it back. Here comes the Golden Wolves, shorthanded. Pass in front, nobody's home. 10:24 remains here in the third period. Gutierrez moves down now. 1-on-3 on the power play. 2:43 remain in the power play. Again, Lebanon Valley's best chance to mount a comeback here late with 10:09 left to go in the game. Then Dustin passes one up to Steer. Steer cross ice pass to Blackwood. And he's going to get mashed up against the boards. Big hit. Steer takes a shot at it, and it's saved. And what a play from Alvernia. Big hit up against the boards and a nice save. And are we going to see someone else head to the yeah, it's going to be a boarding call. So now it's going to be a 5-on-3 advantage. And it looks like Mueller's going to plead his case, said it was a clean hit. And the refs don't agree. Pike calls the penalty on him. And now we have 2 Golden Wolves in the penalty box. So now it's 5-on-3 for Lebanon Valley. So now they must absolutely score. So now we have 2 minutes and we have 2 minutes flat, 5-on-3, and then another 21 seconds, 5-on-4. So here comes Lebanon Valley with a good chance. Steer has the puck. He's going to pass that one over to Croto. Back over to Steer. Here's a slapper. Saved in front. No one's there. Steer. Pass. Shot Croto. No good. In front of the net, Andrews pushes it in front. They'll keep it on sides. With Davis. Pass up to Steer. Steer passes again. Over to Dustin. Back over to Steer. Steer passes to Croto. Pass in front. There's an opportunity. No one's home. And it's broken up by the defense. In the corner, Alvernia looks to get it out of there and kill off some of this penalty time. Minute and 17 seconds remain on the 5-on-3. Hoover pass. Shots blocked by the defense. Good defense on the penalty kill. Down 2 men. It doesn't seem like it for them as Steer passes in front. Hoover waiting for it. Back over to Steer. Steer pass to Croto. Pass in front. Shot it. Saved. What a save again from Stern. He's playing out of his mind tonight. What an absolute great goal save there from Stern. And Alvernia having a great penalty kill on the 5-on-3 advantage for Lebanon Valley. Well, here comes Dustin now. Pass back to Andrews. Kept on side. Here's Blackwood. Blackwood looks for a pass over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez back to Blackwood. Blackwood setting up, looking for a lane. Pass over to Dustin. Dustin takes a swing at it. It won't go. It's saved. And out of the zone it goes again. Alvernia on the 5-on-3 having another great penalty kill. They are winning the penalty battle, that is for sure. 12 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. Lebanon Valley's got to get it going here. As here comes Gutierrez. And that one's blown dead. It's off sides. So 7 seconds remain on the 5-on-3 advantage for Lebanon Valley with another, would be 21 seconds, a 5-on-4. So Lebanon Valley's only got 28 seconds to get a goal in for the power play, or Alvernia kills off the 5-on-3 and then the power play. 8 minutes flat remain. 5-1 Alvernia. We get some neutralized face-off near the Alvernia blue line. Miller wins the face-off for Lebanon Valley. That one goes way far back. So that will be enough time to kill off the 5-on-3 advantage. So now it's 5-on-4. Out comes Mueller. Lebanon Valley pass up to Andrews off his stick. Errant pass goes wide. And that one's dumped away. It's stolen away again by Lebanon Valley. Pass up over the blue line. It's going to force them to reset. And that's probably, again, enough time to kill off the power play. So Alvernia kills off the 5-on-3 and the 4 total minutes of being a man short. Pass in front, no good from Andrews. Back up to Gutierrez. Gutierrez pass in front. Looks for an opportunity. No one's there. Shutting down the lanes again. Blackwood now with the puck. Blackwood passes all the way past Davis Gutierrez. Gutierrez takes a swing at it in front. Nobody home. Andrews will lose an edge. Puck sitting near the net. No one able to really get control. Davis to chase. And it comes back up to Blackwood. And around the boards it goes. Heckman gets it back for Alvernia. So here comes Heckman. Back over to Arnold. Arnold takes a rip and he scores! Arnold finds the back of the net for the Golden Wolves, and it's a 6-1 lead for Alvernia. Lebanon Valley now finds themselves in a 5-goal deficit with 6:50 left to go. It is now becoming an insurmountable lead. It almost appears now that you could say Alvernia can start thinking ahead to that championship game for the Oswego State Hockey Classic. And what a goal by Arnold there. They come off with a 5-on-3 penalty kill. 4 minutes, at least a man short 2 minutes of being 2 men short, and the second they get off that power play, they come in and they score. Alvernia is playing probably one of the best games they've had all season long, and in the Oswego State Hockey Classic, nevertheless. So, Lebanon Valley is going to get a change in net. It's going to be Lauer who goes in net now for the Dutchman. So Alvernia wins the faceoff. Stern stays in net for the Golden Wolves, and again, Lauer now in net as he'll see his first puck come near. Alvernia in the Lebanon zone once again. 6-1, Alvernia leads, 6:32 left to go in the game. And McDonald gets it back for Lebanon Valley. Neutral ice, that one's dumped away by Contier. Stern comes out, passes this one over to White. Here comes Dodd now with the puck. Dodd makes a move, takes a shot, it goes wide. Robertson looks to get it back, he will. Robertson chases in the corner, being chased by Contier. Up top, there's a pass that's broken up by the defense. That'll hit the net, so we'll get a stoppage of play. So 5:58 remains in the game. Alvernia goes up 6-1. 32 shots for the Golden Wolves. 18 for Lebanon Valley. So Lebanon Valley playing an uncharacteristically bad game. As simple as it is, Lebanon Valley's just struggled to get any good passes. A lot of bad offensive miscues has kind of led them to be in the hole that they're in now. And that's just the way it is for them. Not their best game today. While Alvernia has pulled out all the stops and had a great game. Excellent game by Stern in net. And Branch letting 6 by on 32 shots. Not going to get it done for Lebanon Valley. So 5:58 left to go. And Lebanon Valley wins the faceoff. And Alvernia takes a swing at that one, but that won't go. Back in front of the net, they're trying to get rid of it. No one can seem to get a handle on it. It's Hoover. And finally, King gets it out of there. King's going to chase down low with Davies. Alvernia looks to get it back. In the Alvernia zone, Lebanon Valley has it. They got to score a goal here if they want an opportunity to come back. Pass to King. King makes a move. King looks to take a shot. It goes back to Bright, who takes a rip at it. Blocked by Ingles. Ingles takes it down. Pass across ice. Here's a rip, and it goes high. No good from the shot from Davies there. Down low it goes again to Mueller. And Mueller's just going to chase this one back into the Alvernia zone. 5:05 left to go in the third. And Mueller's going to get rid of that one. Alvernia's going to get a line change with 5 minutes to go. King gets it for Lebanon Valley. King's going to dump this one towards the corner, and Stern will block that one. Slow things down again for Alvernia. It looks like they're going to try and add to their lead. Here comes Natty Shack. Natty Shack lose the puck into the corner for a second. Noel looks to get it back. Up top it goes again to Pear. Shot down low from Natty Shack, won't go. Lebanon Valley breaks it up. Pass off the boards. Taking it down now is Andrews, but that one's passed all the way up to Freer. Freer loses that one, goes back over towards Pear. And Noel gets hit. And behind the net, Alvernia sets things up. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. And we're going to get a stoppage of play once again. So it seems to be almost all but over as Lebanon Valley will commit a penalty. Croteau heads to the sin bin. Alvernia goes on the power play. It's going to leave Lebanon Valley time not shorthanded, 2:07. It's going to be a tough hill to climb for the Dutchman. So looking forward, it appears that Alvernia will punch their ticket to the Oswego State Hockey Classic Championship, and Lebanon Valley will sit in the consolation game. So Lebanon Valley gets that one out of there, forcing Alvernia to reset their second power play of the game. Stern comes out of net, passing this one around the boards. And the chase is Kenny. Kenny won't get his stick on that one, goes back towards Stern. Lebanon Valley good on the penalty kills so far. And here comes Alvernia. Pass that one back over to Embriano. And Embriano loses that one. Embriano gets it back, passes that one up to Ochitoa. Ochitoa back to cross ice. Pass up to Arnold. Here's a shot in front, but no one's home for that one. This one goes back to Ochetois. Ochetois cross ice pass. Setting things up offensively is Embriano. Back to Ochetois. Arnold passes one back to Ochetois. Back to Arnold. Arnold passes in front to Kenny. Kenny can't get a stick on it. It's back to Ochetois. Back cross ice to Embriano. 2:58 left to go. 50 seconds in the power play. Here's a ripper, but that one's stopped by the defense. Off a defender. Up in front, Alvernia can't find much to get going there. Goes back over to Embriano. Embriano pass down low to Kenny. Back to Embriano. Back over to Ochetois. That one goes back over to Heckman. Back to Ochetois. Pass down low. Ripper from Arnold. Pass in front. Nobody's home for that one. It'll go over the blue line, and Alvernia will be forced to reset. 19 seconds remaining in the power play for Alvernia. Here's an opportunity now. Gets open as Dodd. Dodd takes a pass in front. Nobody's there. He'll get it back his own rebound. Passing it over to Davies. Davies passing it over again. Here's a ripper in front. Nobody's home. Robertson gets it back behind the net. He's going to pass this one around. Here's a shot in front. The power play expires for Alvernia. Lebanon Valley will kill off the penalty. Robertson pass in front. That one's broken up by Lebanon Valley again. And now it's Hoover. Hoover gets a pass broken up by Heckman. Behind the net. Heckman dumps this one up to Robertson. Lebanon Valley gets it back. Pass to Croteau goes down to the corner. Davies chases for Alvernia. Lebanon Valley's Contier tries to get it back. And Bright takes a big shot in the corner. And down on the ice they go. Alvernia looks to get it back in their offensive zone. They will. Davies has it now. Davies looks for an open pass. Nobody around, so dump it to the corner. Here's a lane in front. It was a shot and no good from Robertson. Robertson in neutral ice gets it back over to Davies. Davies and Robertson near their own bench going for it. And it skips out onto the stick of Bright, who dumps that one down the Alvernia zone. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the game for Alvernia. And here's an opportunity for Lebanon Valley, who takes a shot, and that won't go either. Couple opportunities here late for Lebanon Valley, not able to capitalize on any of them as Davis gets it back now for the Dutchman. Davis skates down, takes a rip and a glove save from Stern, who's been excellent all night long. So 43 seconds remain on the clock. 6-1, Alvernia leads. 33 shots for Alvernia, 18 for Lebanon Valley. So looking ahead towards tomorrow now, Alvernia will be playing in the championship game. Depending on the Oswego game after this one at 7 o'clock, will depend who plays who and what time. So you have to stick around for the next game to know who's playing who for the championship and what time the game will be at. Oswego plays the late game no matter what, so a loss would inevitably put the consolation game first. Championship game would go second. And in the corner, they'll fight for the puck once again. Here's an opportunity, and it's blocked by the defense. Shot in front. Good opportunity again, but Stern stops that one. And now Alvernia will take it back with 15 seconds remaining on the clock. And they're going to dump this one down low. No need to waste time with 10 ticks left. And Blackwood gets it now. Blackwood takes it across the first blue line into the neutral zone, and they're just going to skate this thing out as time expires on the clock. So the Alvernia Golden Wolves pick up their first win against Lebanon Valley this year by a big score of 6-1. Lebanon Valley falls. So Lebanon Valley will play in the consolation game tomorrow. Alvernia will go to the Oswego State Hockey Classic Championship game, again, depending on the late game. So up next at 7 o'clock is Newman taking on Oswego State. Oswego's first home game since 2024. So the first one 2025. So one more game yet to go in the Oswego State Hockey Classic today. So depending on tonight's game, if Oswego wins, they will play the championship game against Alvernia tomorrow night. If Oswego loses, they'll play the consolation game against Lebanon Valley tomorrow night. Oswego will play the late frame tomorrow at 4 p.m. Depending on how this next game goes will depend when the championship game is, so you'll have to stick around for that one. But nevertheless, Alvernia takes the win 6-1 over Lebanon Valley Dutchman. And that's going to be all the time we have here for the first game. So stick around because there's still one more game left to go tonight at 7 p.m., which will be streamed right here on WTOP 10. It's 6-1. The Golden Wolves beat the Dutchman. Up next, Oswego State taking on the Newman Knights. You're watching Hockey Night in Oswego right here on WTOP 10.
when the Earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The kind of late show with Chloe and Anna.
Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.